What is Canva? Canva is a free web-based design platform that allows anyone to create professional-looking designs quickly and easily. You don't need to download any software. Just visit canva.com, click in here, click on this official website, and you are in. Signing up for Canva, free version. To begin, open your browser and go to Canva official website with canva.com. Click on that. Once the home page loads, you will see that there is a purple sign up button in here in the top right corner. You can click on that. Canva gives you 3 easy ways to create a free account. Use your Apple ID if you are on Apple devices. You can click on this continue another way, and you have option in here if you are using Apple devices. And you have all these options available, like you have Apple ID, Google Gmail, Facebook, Microsoft account as well, and you can use Clever, an email, or an work email as well. So you can use any of these, but we'll go with the Google for now. And you can use your Gmail that is already logged in. You can click on that and continue. Pick whichever method is easiest for you. If you use email, make sure to confirm it through the verification link that Canva sends you. Once you are in, Canva may ask few setup questions like, what are you using Canva for? For example, student, teacher, personal use. Do you want to try Canva Pro? You can skip the trial. We'll use the free version for this course. And that's it. You now officially have a Canva account. Logging in and accessing the dashboard. Once you have created your account, you will be directed to your Canva dashboard. This is your central workspace. If you ever log out, you can return by going to canva.com and clicking login at the top right. Use the same login method you signed up with, Google, Apple, or email or password, and it will take you back to your dashboard where all your past and future designs are stored. As we have already logged in here, so we have all the design available that we have already created. Exploring the Canva homepage. The homepage may look busy at first, but it's very organized once you know what to look for. Let's break it down into sections. Search bar, top center. Here you can see. This is where you type in what you want to create. For example, type Instagram post or resume and Canva will show you ready-made templates. So for example, when you write Instagram post and search for Instagram post, and you have all these ready-made templates that you can just click on that and edit it as per your need and requirement. Create a design, top right button. This purple button in here lets you start from scratch. You can choose a size, custom dimensions, or even a blank page. Suggested designs, main area. Canva will suggest templates based on your usage, presentations, posters, videos, and more. Left sidebar. Projects. When you click in here, this is where all your saved and recent designs live. Templates. When you click on that, you can browse thousands of templates by category. Brand Hub. In here. Only for pro users. You can ignore this for now. Canva AI. In here. This lets you design using AI with single prompt. Home. In here. Brings you back to this main page. Docs, whiteboards, websites, presentations. These are quick start buttons for specific project types. Everything is click and go. You don't need to save your progress manually. Canva saves your work automatically as you edit. What are dimensions in Canva? In Canva, dimensions refer to the size of your design, usually measured in pixels for digital graphics and inches or millimeters for print designs. Think of dimensions as the width and height of your canvas. Using preset sizes. Go to the home page. As we are already on the home page, click on the Create a Design button. In here, you will find a whole list of presets. Instagram post, Facebook cover, poster, A4 document, YouTube thumbnail, etc. Each of these presets is already sized correctly for that platform or format. You don't have to guess or Google what size you need. Using custom dimensions. Sometimes none of the presets options fit what you need. That's when you use custom dimensions. You can just click on create a design button in here and go to customize size. When you click on that, enter your desired width and height. For example, you just want 240 width and height, for example 1426. Choose the correct unit. When you click on that, you can use pixel, inches, millimeter or centimeter. And for example, you are working on pixels and you can click on that and click on create new design. And you will have that specific canvas that you can work on. What are Canva templates? Templates in Canva are pre-designed layouts that include a combination of text, images, colors, and visual elements. How to find templates in Canva? There are two simple ways to browse Canva's template library. First, from the home page. Here you can see, you can use the search bar in here, type in what you are looking for, such as Instagram post, event flyer, or presentation. And Canva will show you a gallery of relevant templates. This is the fastest way to get started when you already know the type of project you want to create. Second, you can click the templates option in the left hand menu in here. You can click on that. This opens up categorized collections like social media, education, marketing, and more. Each category includes hundreds of ready to use designs. If you're not sure exactly what you want, this is a great way to explore. Customizing a template. For example, you just write in here as online education. And you have all these templates available. You can use any of these. For example, you just want to go with this one. Click on this to customize this template. And a new tab will be opened. And the Canva will open it in the editor. You will see that every part of the design is editable. You can click on the sample text to enter your own words. For example, you can just double click that and write join us. And when you just zoom in to this one, and you can change the text as well. For example, write Eduta and the website as eduta.org and zoom out. And you can change the icon as well, this icon as well. For example, you just write in here as Eduta. You can drag in a new image from Canva's media library or upload one from your device. For example, you just click in here, elements, and search for education. Click on photos. For example, you just drag this picture in here and you can just resize that as well and put it in here and just change the size of that to, for example, 50. You can change colors. You can click on that and click in here, and for example, you just want to choose this one. You can click on that, and here you can see the color of text has been changed. You can select from this one as well, and here you can see swap fonts. For that, you can just click in here, go to this one, and you can choose any of these. For example, you just want to go with this one, so education from home, or you can just use any of these, this one, and you can change the size as well. You can just click in here and write 65, for example. So here you can see education from home, and you just center it in here. Remove elements you don't need. For example, you just want to remove this one, click on that, and here you can just click on that as well. That icon will be removed. And if you want to add another one, you can just go to search bar, click in here and go to graphics, and you can use any of these. For example, you just choose this one and click in here, resize that, and here you are. You just change the icon that was in here that you didn't like, and you can add anything missing. For example, you have photos, frames, videos, audio, shapes, mockups, and charts as well. So you have everything in Canva that you need for a poster or a design. The layout of the Canva editor. When you open a template or start a design from scratch. For example, you just start a new design in here by clicking customize size, and you just write width as 1920 and height as 1080, and units are in pixel, and you can just click on create new design. You are taken to the Canva editor. This is where all your actual editing and customizing happens. The screen is divided into two main areas, the left sidebar in here and the main canvas area in here. The main canvas area is where your design lives. This is your workspace, the page, slide or post you're editing. Everything you add, adjust or delete will happen here. For example, if you are creating a resume, the canvas is where you will type your name, add your profile photo, and arrange the text boxes. You can click on that, and for example, you have two pages, then you can just switch between them by clicking in here, and you just go back by clicking here. The left sidebar, your toolbox. On the left side of your screen is the sidebar, in here, which acts as your main design toolbox. Each section opens a panel where you can browse or search and drag items into your canvas. Design, in here. If you want to switch your layout or explore new options mid-design, this section lets you preview and apply other templates instantly. For example, you might start with one flyer template and later decide a different one fits your event better. You can swap it here. Elements, in here. You will find visual building blocks like shapes, lines, arrows, icons, and charts. Let's say you are creating a travel brochure. Adding icons like a plane, map marker, or suitcase from this section helps illustrate your message visually. Text, in here. You will use this section often. It gives you quick options for adding headings, subheadings, or basic body text. Canva also includes text styles like quotes or title banners that you can drop in and edit. Suppose you are making a quote graphic for Instagram. Start with the text style, type your quote, and change the font and color to match your aesthetic. Uploads, in here. This is where you import your content, photos, logos, or short videos. For instance, if you're designing a personal portfolio, you can upload your headshot and drag it into place. Photos. Canva provides thousands of free stock photos. If you are designing a fitness poster, you can just click in here, Elements, and just write Fitness, and go to tab Photos, and here you can see there are hundreds of pictures that are related to keyword fitness, and you can use any of these. For example, drag a high quality image in here onto your canvas. You can right click on that and click on Set Images Background, and here you can see you have a high quality image that you can use. Background. This section helps set the tone of your design. You can choose a solid color for a clean look or a background image for visual interest. For example, you can click on that and click on this icon. For example, a dark gradient might work well for business card. For example, you can use this one as a background color or this one, and this is a gradient color, and you can use this one as well or any of these. While a textured background, you can just search for a textured background in here, and for example you go with this one. You can click on that, right click on this and click on replace background. So here you can see you have this image as your background, and it can give a cafe's menu more personality. The top toolbar, editing and formatting. At the top of the Canva editor is the formatting toolbar. When you click on that, here you can see you have all these options available. This is for the comment. It is to delete that. You can edit picture, and you can use this one to remove the background, but this feature is available for the premium users only. And you can crop the image, flip the image when you just click on that, and you can just flip horizontally, so it just flips. You can change the color, transparency, animate that as well, and this is for the timer if you're working on slides, and this is the position that you can use. It changes based on what you have selected. For example, click on a text box when you click on that, and for example you are working on heading, and when you select this one it changes, but when you select the background this feature changes as well. So for example you select this one and you will see font options in here, size of the font, alignment in here, bold or italic and underline as well, and there are effects as well for the text, and spacing control as well in here. For example, if you want your title to stand out, you might change the font to do something bold. Increase the size to 48 point in here when you click on that, and you can just change it to 48 for example. in here, middle, and the top. So this is where it should be, at the center and at the top as well. And apply a shadow effect all from this toolbar. When you just click on that, click on effects and click on shadow effect and offset, direction, a little blur, transparency, a little low. So this is how you can change as per your needs and requirement. And you can change the color as well when you click on that and change color to, for example, this one, or anything dark in here. But if you have an image in here, for example, you go to this one and write cafe in here. If you click on an image in here, the toolbar shows options to crop it in here, adjust transparency by clicking here, add filters, or flip it horizontally. When you just click on that and click on flip, and you can just flip it horizontally or vertically as well. But that don't work for this picture, so we'll just keep it like that. Let's say you're creating a presentation and need a mirrored version of an image. You can do that with one click. You will also find undo and redo button on the left in here. This is for undo and this is for redo. For example, you click on that and it is flipped. When you just redo that, it is again to the shape that it was before, which are useful when you want to test a layout change and quickly reverse it if it doesn't work. Saving and navigation tips. One of the most beginner-friendly features in Canva is its automatic saving. Every change you make is saved instantly. You can leave a project midway and return to it later. You just need to go to the Projects tab on the home page. When you just go to home page, click in here and go to home page. Here you can see it is a recent project that we are working on. When you click on that, it will be opened and it is in the same form as it was before. And you can rename that as well. For example, you just write in here as Canva for beginners and enter. So when you go to home page again, refresh it, the project name has been changed as well. If your design has multiple pages or slides, you can scroll through them using the page navigator at the bottom of the canvas. For example, you can go in here. Here you can see we have 2 pages for this project and we can just swap anytime we want to. You can also duplicate, delete, or reorder pages easily with a right click. For example, you just want to delete this one, you can right click on that and click on delete page if you don't need it anymore. But if you want another page like this, you can right click on that and click on duplicate page. And here you have 2 different slides and you can just edit it again as second page, for example. So this is the first page. So this is how you can change. This is the first page and this is the second page. Adding text in Canva. To add text in Canva, click the text tab from the left sidebar. In here, you will see 3 quick options like heading, subheading, and a body text. Each option inserts a text box with a preset size and style, but you can adjust everything once it's on the canvas. For example, you just need a heading for the first time and you can click on that, and here you can see. Just click to type in here and you will have backspace it and write business analysis, for example, and click outside the box, and here you can see. Then drag to move the text wherever you want. For example, you just need it here at the top. So here you can see you have the heading for this presentation slide. Example: imagine you are designing a digital flyer for a workshop like this one. You could use a large heading for the event name. Here you can see we have used a large heading for this one as a size of 86.2, and you can change it to 90, for example. A smaller subheading for the date and time. Here you can see we have date and time as well. And body text for location details or registration information, or what this workshop is all about. This clear hierarchy helps viewers scan and understand your content at first sight. Choosing fonts and styles. Once you have added your text, look at the top toolbar to customize it. Here you will find options. For example, you just want to customize this heading, you can click on that and you will have all options like change the font, size of the font, color of the font, make it bold, italic, underline, uppercase it, or make the alignment, user effects, animate it, or position of this text. Canva offers hundreds of fonts, both classic and modern. If you're creating a resume, for example, you are working on a resume, you might choose a clean, professional font like Open Sans or Lato. You can just click on that and go in here and you can just search for that, for example, Lato. This is a Lato font, but if you want to go with Open Sans, you can click on that and you can use any of these. For example, you just choose this one. This comes with a premium, so we won't be able to use for now, and you can use this one as well. This font is considered as formal as well, but for a birthday invite, like if you are working on a birthday poster, something playful like Pacifico or Chewy might be a better fit. When you click on that, and you can just write as Pacifico, you can use this one. This font might fit the theme and you can just adjust it later, and you can just go in here, click on center, so you have this in center. You can make text bold, italicized, or even uppercase with one click. Canva also allows you to change letter spacing and line height, which helps when you are working with longer paragraphs or want to fine-tune layout details. For example, if you are working on this one, you can zoom in and you can click on this paragraph, and here you can change the spacing as well, like letter spacing. Here you can see it changes, and you can change line spacing as well. You can use any of these that expand the text box. So this is how you can use this as per your needs and requirement. You can zoom out for that. Using text effects and color. Click on a text box like this one and choose effects from the top toolbar to open additional styling options like in here. You will find shadow, lift, outline, glitch, echo, neon, and all these options available. Shadow adds depth behind your text. Lift creates a subtle pop-out effect. Outline in here draws an edge around each letter. And if you choose neon, glitch, or echo, good for eye-catching titles or social media posts. The text color can be changed using the color picker, where you can select from Canva's palette, enter a hex code, or use brand colors if you have saved them. A high contrast color, for example, as you are working on this one, like white text on a dark background, makes your text more readable. Here you can see we have black background and white color text. Aligning and organizing text. Alignment helps your design look clean and intentional. In Canva, you can left align, center, or right align your text using the toolbar. You can also group multiple text boxes to move them as one unit, or use Canva's snap guides to line up your elements. For example, you can click on that, go to File, Settings, and click on Add Guides, and click on 3x3, Add Guides, and you can go to File, Settings again, and go to Show Margins as well. And these guides lets you know that the text is in the center or where it should be. Example: when creating a slide presentation, keeping your headings aligned across each slide gives your design a professional and consistent feel. For example, when you click on that one, as we have, so here you can see when you click on the position, it is in the center, and here when you just move it a little further, for example here, this doesn't look professional. When you just click on that, click on position and click on center, so here you can see it is center aligned and looks more professional. And to align a text, for example, you just go to this slide and click on text box, go to body and paste a text, for example this one. You can change the style of that. For that you can just click on that and go to, for example, this one, and change the size to 25, and you can just remove this one to make it a little smaller. Click on position, go to center and middle. So here you can see this text look more formal and professional. And if you want to make this text right aligned or left aligned, for that you can just select this text, click in here, alignment, and this is left aligned. And when you click on that again, it is in justified form, where the text fits in this box. And when you just click it again, it is right aligned. And when you just click on it again, it is center aligned. So this is how you can change the alignment of your text. Uploading your photos. To bring in your images, go to the Uploads tab in here and click on Upload Files. Go to the folder where you have already saved. You can just go to Desktop for now and click on Photos, as we have photos in here, and you can select all of these and you can choose any of these that you require for that as well. For example, I need all of them, so I'll just select all of these, click Open, and it will start uploading in here. Once uploaded, the image appears in your Uploads panel. You can now drag it into your design like any other element. Example: if you are designing a personal bio slide for a class presentation, upload your headshot, drag it into your circular frame, and position it next to your name and contact info. Just like that, your design becomes more personal and professional. Using Canva's free image library. If you don't have a photo ready, Canva's built-in Photos tab gives you access to a large collection of free stock images. Go to Elements, click in here, for example, Teamwork, and you can just press Enter. Go to Photos tab, and you can use any of these. For example, you can just click on this one, resize that, and you can use another keyword as, for example, nature, and you can use this one for that, resize that and drag it in here. Or you can use a keyword as coffee, enter, and you can use, for example, this one, resize that and drag it in center. Canva clearly separates free and pro images. So if you're on a basic plan, you can stick to the free ones and utilize them in your designs to create visuals. Example: suppose you're creating a flyer for a wellness event. For example, you are working on this flyer. You could search for meditation in here, meditation, go to photos, and for example, you could use this one as well and this one as well, and you can just drag it into the frame, and here you can see you have got the image. But if you want to zoom into that, you can just double click on that and expand these in here. So you can just drag it in here. So here you can see you have got the image according to this theme. Cropping and resizing images. Once your image is on the canvas, in here, click it. Small handles will appear on the corners. Here you can see this one, this one, this one, and this one as well, letting you resize the image freely. For example, when you just click on that and hold the mouse, and you can just move it further. So here you can see you can resize the image by clicking in here. Drag any corner to make it larger or smaller while keeping its shape. You can just do that again. For example, you can just do that. You can just click on that, click on position, and click on middle and center. So here you can see the picture is in the middle. If you only want a part of the image, double click or select the crop. You can double click on that, and here you can see you can crop it, as you have options in here. For example, square, like this one for the mobile, and this ratio as well. For example, you want this one, you can click on that, and you can select the part where you just want to see this one. For example, you can click on done, and here you can see other part has been vanished, but the part that we wanted is in here. We can just undo that, and you can just click on that and use the crop options as well. You can click on that, and you can just select the part where you want. For example, if you want this part for now, and now you can click on done, and here you can see you have the part of the image that you really wanted. Editing and enhancing images. With your image selected, when you click on that, look at the top toolbar and click edit photo in here. and click on adjust. You will find tools to adjust brightness, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, vibrance, saturation, and all these like sharpness, clarity, and vignette as well. So you can use any of these as per the requirement of your picture. These tools allow you to fine-tune the look of your image. You can also apply filters to any image for a consistent mood or style. You can just go to this filters tab, you can select all, and you can select any of these. As you can see, it just changes as per we just select from these. So we can use any of these that we like, and you can just do that to see how it works. Heat wave as well. So this is how filter works in Canva. Need your photo to blend into the background? Lower its transparency so the text layered over it stays readable. For example, you can click on that, go to this transparency, and you can just lower it down so that you can see it blends with the background. So here you can see you have two different pictures in the one frame, as one in the background and the second one is in the top layer, but still it has transparency of, you can say, 25, and you can just center align it. So here you can see the image has been blended by using transparency. Do you need to make a photo look lighter or bring out details in a dark image? Increase the brightness. For that, you can just click the image again. For example, you choose this one and click the image, go to adjust, and you can just adjust the brightness in here. Here you can see it just changes as we just increase it. Want your photo to look sharper or more defined? Raise the contrast to make light areas lighter and dark areas darker. For example, you just do this one to 0 and increase the contrast, and here you can see the lighter becomes more lighter and the darker becomes more darker. Trying to make colors pop or stand out more? Increase the saturation to boost the intensity of colors. For that, you can just undo that and go to edit, adjust, and increase the saturation in here. Here you can see, just look at this red color, you can increase. When you just increase the saturation, the red color pops a little more out in here, and every color becomes more visible. Need the background to feel softer or push it out of focus? Apply blur to reduce sharpness. This works well when you want to emphasize the text or foreground elements without distractions. For example, you can click the image, go to edit, you have an option to blur in here, you can click on that and click on whole image, and now you can see you can just increase the intensity. So here you can see as you increase the intensity, the picture becomes more blur, and for example, you just want to blur to this extent only. So you can just cross this to save it, and here you can see you can use it in the background as well. Example, let's say you're designing a code graphic. In here you drag in a photo of sunrise. For that, you can just sunrise, go to photos and drag in, for example, this one. Right click on that, set image as background, and you can just this one. Reduce its brightness. For that, you can click on that, go to edit, click adjustment, and decrease the brightness in here a bit, and lower the transparency. You can click on that and lower the transparency a bit. For example, this one, and you can change the color of that to white to stand it out a little more. This makes your code text stand out clearly while still showing the image behind it. Arranging and positioning. Canva works with layers. You can send images forward and backward using the position button. For example, you are working on this template and you just drag another pictures in here. For example, exercise, and press enter. Go to photos And for example, you just want to use this one. Here you can see the text disappears as the picture is in here, although the text is visible in the background. You can just right click on that, go to layers and click on send backward. And here you can see the text become visible in the foreground. And for that you can just change the color of that. Change the opacity of that one. Here you can see you have two different images in the background, as the first one in here, the second one in the background, and the text at the front. You can change the color to white again, so it becomes more visible. You can also align your image to the center, left or right using Canva's snap guides or alignment tools. For example, you just want to center this one, you can click on that, click on position, and here you have top, left, middle, center, right and bottom as well. For now you will be using middle and center, helping everything feel clean and intentional. Finding and inserting design elements. To access Canva's design elements, open any project, for example you're working on this one, and click on the Elements tab in the left sidebar in here. This section gives you access to an entire library of shapes, circles, rectangles, speech bubbles, etc. Lines, straight, dashed, arrows. Icons, representing concepts, objects and actions. Charts, stickers and more. Use the search bar to find specific items such as, for example, you write calendar icon and click here. Go to graphics and you have everything related to calendar in here. You can use any of these as per your theme and the color that you are using in here. Or you can write in here as dotted line. Click here. So here you can see there are a bundle of dotted lines that you can use in your project. Or you can search for rounded rectangle. So here you can see you have a rounded rectangle in here and you can use any of these, and we have used one in here as well. Here you can see it has a rounded corners. Example, you are designing an event invitation. For example, you are working on this one and this is about business webinar. To make the date stand out, you search for calendar icon, for example this one, and here you can see we have already used this one and this is a calendar icon. You can replace it with, for example, go to graphics. For example, you want to go with this one, resize that and change the color to black. So here you can see the icon has been changed as per our need and requirement. You now have a visual cue that adds meaning instantly. Using shapes to structure your layout. Shapes help organize your layout by grouping related content or creating visual boundaries. They can draw attention to key information and improve text readability by providing contrast or structure. Example, you are designing a business flyer. To highlight a promotional offer, like you have a 55% discount in here, add a bright yellow circle behind the discount text, making it pop off the page. Without that shape, the offer might blend into the background. For example, when you just remove this in here, so it doesn't look really appealing. But when you add that yellow rectangle in here, a rounded one, it just stands out. You can adjust a shape's size by dragging its corner and recolor it using the top toolbar. Rounded rectangles are especially useful for framing blocks of text, while circles are great for creating focus points like profile images or badges. Lines for balance and direction. Lines add visual separation between sections or can help direct attention. You can find them under elements by searching line. For example, you have to go with this one and write line, go to graphics. And you have multiple options of line in here. And you can directly search for straight line and you will have the straight lines only. Or if you want horizontal lines, you will have horizontal. And if you want curved lines or straight lines or thin lines, you can search for this one. Canva gives you options for solid, dotted, and arrowed lines. Example, in a resume or CV design, for example, you're working on this resume, you could use thin horizontal lines to divide sections like experience, education, or skills. like we have used in here. Like education, we have this line. For experience, we have this line to break the section, and for contact, we have used this line to break the section, so that it just differentiate between these. This makes the layout cleaner and easier to read without the need for extra text or boxes. Canva lets you adjust the line thickness, length, orientation, and color, so they match your overall design theme. For example, you can click on that and click on that to increase the length or make it dotted one, more dotted, extra dotted. You can make it round ended points like in here, and you can change the stroke weight as well, so it makes a little thicker. And you can change the color as well. For that, you can click on that and click on that, make it to black one, so it turns into black. Icons for clarity and visual interest. Icons are simple graphics that convey ideas instantly. They help break up dense text, guide the viewer's eye, and make information easier to scan. Example, if you're making a presentation in here, for example, and you have written this text, but there is also a space in here that could be filled, and it should represent all this heading and the text as well. For that, you can just write keywords for this one, like you can search for success, and you can use any icons as well. For example, you would just want to go with this one. Resize that. And now there is a financial projection. For example, you can just write finance, and you can use any of these, but for now we'll be using this one. Resize that and make it in here, change the color to white. And there is roadmap, so you will write roadmap in here, and you can choose, for example, you click on this one, and there is strategic partnership, so you will write partnership. For example, you just want to go with this one and click on that, resize that, change the color to white so it becomes visible. So here you can see every icon represent as the heading and the text as well, so it makes the presentation more appealing and more formal. Choose flat, single color icons for a clean, modern feel. Avoid using too many complex illustrations in one design. Simplicity keeps the message clear. Design tip: keep it purposeful. Adding elements just to fill space can make your design feel cluttered or off balance. Each element should serve a purpose to support your message, highlight something important, or improve readability. Here's a helpful rule: use shapes to organize, lines to separate, and icons to communicate. Changing background colors. To change the background of any Canva design, click on the canvas outside of any element. Like we don't have any element, so we can just click on that, and it gives us the option in here as background color. Click the color tile to open a color menu in here. You can choose from Canva's default palette. Use the color picker or enter a custom hex code if you have a specific brand or theme. Wait, what's a hex code? It is a 6-digit code representing a specific color on digital screens. It always starts with a hash, followed by a mix of numbers and letters from 0 to 9 and A to F. For example, you can type in here as hash FF5733 is a bright orange color. Here you can see from your search. Each part of that code tells Canva how much red, green, and blue to mix to create that exact shade. Why it matters? When customizing colors, Canva lets you type in a hex code directly. This is useful when you are sticking to brand colors. You need to match a logo exactly. You want to reuse the same color across multiple projects. So, instead of guessing which orange looks close enough, you can just paste the hex code and get the exact shade every time. Example: if you're creating a resume, a white or light gray backgrounds add professionalism and keeps it easy to read. For a birthday invitation, a bright background color like light blue or peach might set a more cheerful tone. Use contrast when combining text and background. Dark text on the light background or vice versa helps maintain readability. For example, if you're working on this project, So here you can see we have used contrast as white on the black background and black on the white background. So this is how the text becomes more readable. Using gradient backgrounds. Canva offers simple gradient options that blends two colors. To find them, you can just click on the canvas, go to background color in here, scroll down, and here you can see you have all these options as gradient as black and white, yellow and black, and gray one as well. So you have all these available. Or you can go to elements in here, search for gradient, go to photos, and here you can see you have all these gradient colors available as well. Like for example, blue with white color, green with white, and a little orange with white and yellowish as well. So this is how you can mix two colors and you can use as a background here. For example, if you want to use this one, you can drag this image in here and expand it to fill the background. You can just expand it in here. So here you can see you have a gradient background in here. Gradients are useful when you want more depth without using a photo. They are helpful in modern slide presentations or digital flyers. For example, if you want to delete this one and go to background color, select one from this one. So you can select this one for example, or want to go with this one. So it looks more professional and more appealing. Example, imagine designing a product launch slide. As here you can see it has a black background which doesn't look really professional or appealing. You can click on that, go to background color in here, scroll down. A soft blue to purple gradient can create a smooth, tech-friendly backdrop that feels more dynamic than a flat color. And you can use, for example, this one. So this looks more appealing and more professional. Using images as backgrounds. You can also use photos as full backgrounds. For example, you're working on this project and you just want to change the background of this, and you just go to elements in here, search for restaurant backgrounds, click on photos, and for example you just choose this one, right click on this image and click on set image as background. So here you can see this looks a little more relatable to this theme. To make sure the text is still readable over a busy photo, try reducing the image's transparency or placing a semi-transparent shape behind your text. For example, you can just click on that, go to transparency and reduce the transparency in here. But if it still doesn't work, you just have to place a semi-transparent shape. For example, you just write in here black background or shadow. You can just click any of these, go to photos in here, and for example you choose this one, expand this picture in here and click on transparency for that, and here you can see. Now you just have to right click on that, go to layers and send to back. So here you can see the text becomes more readable and it doesn't affect the theme as well. Example, for an event poster, a full page photo of the venue or crowd can create energy and mood, especially when you layer text carefully over it. Understanding color palettes. A color palette is a set of colors used consistently throughout a design. Good palettes create harmony, help organize content, and reinforce the mood you want to communicate. Canva often suggests color combinations based on your background or template. You can also explore brand design in here. You can click on that. And the free version of Canva offers 3 colors of palette. Here you can see we have set this one, and you can edit that as well as a color palette that you can use throughout the design consistently. Example, a wellness brand might use soft greens, warm naturals, and pastel tones to promote calm and balance. In contrast, a tech startup might use deep blues and neon accents to suggest innovation and energy. Keep your palette simple. 2 or 4 main colors are usually enough. Downloading your design. When your design is ready, click on this share icon in here at the top right corner. Then select download in here. You can click on that. This opens a panel where you can choose a file type and resolution. Let's learn a few common options. When you click on that in here, there is an option called PNG. PNG is great for images that need to be high quality, like social media posts or presentation slides. It's clear, crisp, and keeps sharp edges, especially for text and icons. JPG is smaller in size, making it better for web use when file size matters more than sharpness. Great for photo-based posts. The next we have PDF standard in here. PDF standard is ideal for sharing your designs digitally, like resumes, posters, or documents that need to be printed or emailed. PDF print is of higher quality and includes settings like crop marks and bleed, which are helpful if you are printing professionally. Example, when creating a business flyer, you would download it as a PDF print to send to a print shop. But if you are posting an Instagram graphic, go with PNG for sharp visuals. Download settings that help. Before hitting download, always double check a few small things. If your design has multiple pages, make sure to select the ones you want to download or all pages. For example, you just select this one, PDF standard, and here you can see we have 14 pages, and when you just click on this drop down button, it lets us know that if you want to print all the pages, current page as we are on the number 1 page, or you can manually select any of these. For example, you just check all these and uncheck that, and you can select, for example, 1, 5, 9 and 11. So for example, you just want to download these ones, like here you can see pages 1, 5, 9 and 11. So you can click on this done and only these pages will be downloaded. But as we just want to download all the pages, so you will just go in here again, click on all pages and click on done. For transparent backgrounds, only available in Pro. Use PNG and check the transparent background box. For example, you just click in here, go to PNG, and here you can see you can check on transparent backgrounds. Then only text will be printed. But as this is for only pros, so we can't choose it for now, unfortunately. But you can use it if you have a Pro version in here. And you can try Pro for 30 days for free as well, on a trial basis. For printing, check crop marks and bleed if your printer requests it. Sharing your design online. Canva makes it easy to share your design directly without needing to download it at all. Click share in here and you will see options like access level. For example, if you want to share with someone, and you can just click on that and you can just click on this anyone with the link, and here is the option that the person who has the link can edit, can comment only, or can view only. And for security reasons, or if you don't want this presentation to be edited, then you can just click on this can view only, so the person can view this project but cannot edit it or comment on it. And when you just click on this copy link, and you can just share it with anyone you would want to like. Or if you want to keep it more secure, then you can just add people by adding emails in here. You can just add people in here, and for example, you just write an email in here as eduta@eduta.org, and you can add an optional message as well and click on share, and this person can edit as well. Or if you want to change it to can comment only, then you can just check on this and click on share, and this specific person will have access to this file. Publish directly to social media. For example, if you want to publish this project to any social media platform, for that you can just click on see all, scroll down, and here you have options like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and when you just click on the see all, you have X, or formerly called Twitter as well, TikTok, Facebook story, Pinterest, Tumblr, and all these options available. So you can use any of these, and this specific file will be shared through these pages. Example, say you are working on a class presentation with a partner. You can invite them by email and both can edit the slides in real time from anywhere. Printing your design. If you are printing at home, downloading your file as a PDF standard or PDF print is usually enough. But for professional printing, you will want to be a bit more precise. Use PDF print format for higher quality output. Crop marks and bleed turned on. This helps the printer trim the designs accurately. CMYK friendly colors. Canva automatically adjusts your colors in PDF print downloads to be more compatible with professional printers, which use CMYK ink, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, instead of the RGB colors your screen displays. Why this matters? Colors you see on the screen can look different when printed. That neon pink or bright blue may not come out the same. Using CMYK friendly colors gives you a more accurate print result. Example, let's say you have designed a business card with a bright turquoise background. On screen, it pops, but if printed using RGB values, it may look dull or slightly off. Canva's PDF print export helps adjust for that by optimizing your colors for CMYK printing. Final tip, always preview first. Before downloading or sending your design, always take a quick look using preview mode. It lets you flip through pages, check spacing, and make sure everything looks polished, especially if your design has multiple elements or layers. For that, you can just click in here, present full screen, and here you can see, you can just use mouse or press arrow keys to go next. So here you can see everything looks perfect, the icons as well, headings as well, paragraphs as well, and the images as well. They looks aligned, the icons looks aligned as well, and this is the slide we made, and this is the image we added. So everything looks perfect. You can just press ESC and go back to the design. Your project that you have been working on throughout this course is now ready to be shared with the world.